Hands together for the man out here of this movement, Mr. Paresh Mayani!
Good morning, everyone! Come on, guys. Google morning, everyone! All right. It's really incredible to see this room full of creators, builders, dreamers, and doers, right? And I'm really excited to host this incredible season, 11th season of this amazing DevFest Ahmedabad that we have been hosting since 2012. So it was the very first DevFest that we hosted, and we have come a long way. So all just because of the community love, support, and the passion that we all are sharing commonly, right? And one thing is there, all of us are united by one thing, and that is the love and passion for building something, right? And, uh, and because when developers don't just adapt to change, we create it actually, right? And today I'm going to talk about intelligent builders, something that we all have been experiencing, trying out, experimenting, and playing with, right? And if you want proof of like how far we have come, then as I said, like this is the 11th edition. This season marks really the 11th incredible season of this amazing DevFest Ahmedabad that we have been hosting. And as I said, it gives us the immense pride and the like pleasure for the whole team, as a whole team, that we have been doing this activity for the community, right? If you remember, earlier Utpal sir used to tag the keynote sessions, right? You might be wondering, like, why he has stopped, right? I'm sure, like, he is also coming on the stage, but then team handed over that responsibility to me. Why? Because being the CEO, 6 years back, actually 6 years back, we incorporated SolGuruz, and that's why like I thought of taking risk, doing the adventure ride that I haven't done so far, but now I am on that position. So being the CEO, I used to work with designer, builder, business analyst, sales, and clients and all. So they just thought to give me this opportunity to talk from founder's lens, because I can talk about current market, future strategies and what's gonna come, how and what we all developers need to adapt the new changes and how we can go further, right? And like during this, if I recall, like when we started in 2012, it was very small group of curious people, right? And later on, now it is one of the most inspiring GDG communities worldwide. Romin sir is here. He has witnessed the growth and the way that we have been making the growth of this amazing community. And we have seen students turn into entrepreneurs, like, and attendees turn into mentors, and curiosity into impact, right? And that's what a community does actually. And when we unite together, right? And believe me, every big innovation start with a small group of passionate people, right? And trust me, like from now, because as I said, when we builders unite, innovation multiplies. Now, if you see the numbers, there are thousands of GDGs there, right? So now, this has become I would say like this has become the like default community, or one of the like go-to community in the world where developers can go and learn, right? Now, let's take the evolution. Before we jump into the intelligent builders thing, like let's take a like recap, like how far we have come a long way, right? So in 1990, code was real and raw. Like we used to write code in like that Borland, Turbo, Borland C, and Pascal and those things, right? Where we just write in like simple editor. And then 2000, it was the web era, where when we started getting connected over forums, because we all developers have started building the web apps and websites and all. And then the revolution that I am coming from, the app revolution, right? I started in 2009, so I can talk a lot about this revolution. During this time, people have started building mobile apps and uploading those applications over the Google Store, Apple Store, and all sort of different stores. And now what we are passing through is the intelligence era, right? We are already intelligent. It is just that we need to be with the intelligent. And this intelligence, we are the developer, we are actually building it, right? If we are not there, yeah, I can't do anything because we are the builders, right? And this is what the shift I have seen. Like I started, if I share my story, so I started like later 2009, the professional developer journey. Before that, I used to code, I used to learn and those code and everything. And so I coded in VB6, and then I have seen Android development in Eclipse, and then Android Studio was introduced. Life became easier to manage everything in one studio, and we don't need to copy paste jar files. Rather, dependency thing was introduced. You just write one dependency line, artifact line, and the library is there. And when there are new updates, you can just mention the number. You don't need to copy paste the jar file, right? And later, Flutter was introduced, Kotlin was introduced to manage the multi-platform development things, and then the LLM models it was introduced, and we all started talking about LLM models, SLM models, and all sort of language models, right? And now, what we are doing is, in 25, we all are thinking about like how I can automate certain mundane tasks that I have been doing so far, and how can I avoid those boring part of my daily life, and how can I build some sort of AI agents that can help me like taking the strategic decisions or writing the code based on the prompt and everything, right? So this is the era we have seen. So if we recap, what we are seeing is basically our toolkit, the intelligent builders toolkit has changed dramatically. If you see, like from writing the code in the notepad to like generating the auto code and agents and everything, right? Now, earlier we used to play with IDEs, and later on, so what we are seeing is like 70% of the developers now using the AI assisted tools, right? How many of you are agree? Right? We all are using like different like types of AI tools or just-in-time compiler level, like Copilot and Champion, AI Companion and all, right? And basically like this tool doesn't replace the creativity. It amplifies, it empowers us, right? And one thing I'm saying is AI is not taking our jobs. It's taking the boring parts, as I said, and so that we can focus on building what matters, right? Now, this is what exactly I talked about, right? Earlier, we used to tell the computer what to do. Now, we are teaching them how to learn, because the model is learning based on the inputs that we are giving to the system, giving to the computers, giving to the application, right? And it adapts and it learns based on what you inputs, what you share, your thoughts, ideas, and everything, right? And that evolution gave birth to a new kind of developer, intelligent builders or intelligent developers, right? So now, if you ask me, who are the intelligent developers? So we basically merge logic with imagination. So what we are doing is, like, we are merging our logic with what model is imagining. right? What model is thinking that it can predict and give you some sort of data or insights and contents and everything, right? So we are basically, intelligent builder is basically more than a coder, right? They are the creator of system that evolves over the period of time based on the inputs and data we provide, right? Now, so this is like great thing that the smart builders of tomorrow won't just know how to code, but they'll know how to think. But what we are doing is prompting. So we will know the best way to write prompt, one shot, multi shots, and those all different types of prompting is there, prompt engineering is there. So we will be like learning and updating our prompt techniques. Earlier we used to learn the way we should write the scalable code. But now what we are doing is we are writing and we are learning day by day how to write the better prompts so that my model can give me the best output, right? Now, if you ask me like why this is the era of intelligent builder, right? As I said, AI is not taking our jobs. Why? Because we are the builders building the models. So if you think me, like the software development jobs will be going or are going, like that kind of like certainty is there, like uncertainty is there. But if you learn AI/ML, then you can be safe. I mean, you have to be with the market. And that's where, like, if you see AI plus product engineering together formed like 1.3 trillion market cap. And that's a huge, right? As I said, like 70% developers have already adopted the AI assisted tools like Gemini and all, right? And that's where I would say, welcome to the vibe engineering era. So how many of you have seen these type of, I mean, there are two types of jobs. So people are saying jobs are going, but then there are inception of new jobs, vibe coding cleanup specialist, right? Those who can do, I mean, those are the people who can clean up the code that is generated by vibe coding tools, right? There are many tools available in the market, and what those specialists do, they just correct the output, give back the logic, and then making it like runnable, right? And then there is a new term, vibe solutioning. Vibe solutioning engineer is the new job. If you see, if you search LinkedIn, you will see a lot of vibe solution cleanup specialist, vibe solutioning engineer. So basically, this vibe solution engineer is like a specialized or like a proper like expert level person who can play with the vibe coding tools and make the solution production ready, right? Now, if you see, if you tell me like what we are doing right now is we are experimenting fast. We give prompts. If something would work out, we get it. Otherwise, like we'll give the prompt again. So we are experimenting fast. And that's how like we have started building a lot of mobile apps, web apps, AI/ML solution, backend APIs, and all sort of things. Even design is also getting the AI traction where you just give the prompt and it will give you the design. So Pratik and Ravi, they are gonna do the workshop where they will take you to the Google Stitch. So you will learn like from prompt to design and design to production ready code. They'll do the like hands-on workshop. And so basically what we are doing is we are collaborating with AI companions. We can't stay away or go far away from those companions being introduced in the market. So we are basically collaborating with it, and we have to collaborate to make sure that our requirement is getting designed, developed, and introduced later in the market, right? So that we can be in the, like, we can introduce the production-ready software faster than the cycle possible. So if you ask me, like, where are the humans in this loop? As I said, I have repeated that we are the developers, designers, solution architect, and AI/ML engineers are there, and that's where like we are creating models that gives us the better output, right? So human is there, basically. So if you ask me, like AI is not replacing the engineering, but it's redefining it. As I said, we used to write code in Notepad. Now we are writing code with, like we are thinking with AI agents and loop. So it's a new era. And that's where, like, if you see, 40% of the tasks are already been automated. How? If you ask me, like HTML writing, like less than HTML, less than question mark PHP, those things are gone. And we developers must be intelligent enough that we don't need to write those code and everything again and again, right? Instead of that, if AI is there helping you, like taking the mundane, the routine task that you have been doing, and it allows you, or it can help you being that productive that you just need to focus on the business logic, right? So it is the new AI era, and but as I said, it still requires 100% human engagement and requirement and involvement, because we all know, right? How many of you agree that any AI is giving you 100% accurate code, right? If you input, it will give you a PK file, ready-made file that you can just upload on the store. How many of you agree with me? No one, right? I mean, you? So then you must be doing some magic. Okay. So AI/ML model, they can just predict it, and they can work on your prompts and imagination, but we have to be there, right? Now, so as I said, like, we can automate the logic, but we can't automate the feelings, sympathy, empathy, right? Because model can't touch me, so it doesn't know what I am feeling, what I am expecting, right? So that's where like AI can process the data, but it can't feel the impact, right? How many of you agree with me? It can process the data, but it can't feel the impact that I just want to make in the software world. It can predict the behavior, but it can't understand the emotions, right? As I said, like since it doesn't know like what I'm feeling, what I'm trying to build, that we just can give in the prompt. And we all know, we developers just can write the code, but we are not good at writing emails. Jokes apart, but we have to be there. Now, even with all this intelligence, Google is continuously reminding us to everyone that we should build for everyone. Inclusivity, accessibility, and ethically, we should be building, right? And this is what the builder's mindset should be. Because framework can come and go, right? आज like हम VB6 आया, then Android, and then the Flutter, and then there will be a new version. So frameworks can come and go, but curiosity stays. So we have to be curious. We have to learn relentlessly, so that we can keep on learning new things, we can keep on building new and new softwares. And that's where technology plays a vital role. And we must not never outsource the imagination. Model can imagine, but the human intelligence and the imagination is most important when you like build any software. And as I can definitely share what we all developers used to do. When we get any idea, we directly like start writing the prompts to see what it can do for me. But we should be actually building what matters, what can create the impact, right? Now, if I share my sales and marketing side experience, so if you go into the market and see, there is literally a bloodbath of the applications and websites being introduced in the market, right? So there are people who are building new solutions, new websites, automating certain daily life and routines and everything. But at the end of the day, you will need you will need the marketing, the roadmap, cash flow, all sort of things, right? And that's where human can play a vital role, right? So we all should be building or doing some innovations with purpose, and the innovation without any purpose is just motion, right? And this DevFest in GDG Ahmedabad is where that journey continues, that we are going to build, we are going to evolve a lot, and we are going to experiment a lot, right? And so this is your community and your evolution. So today we are going to host a lot of talks and so on. And like we have experts here, travel all the way from Bangalore, Rajkot, and all different cities, like 11 cities of our country. And that's like really a proud moment for all of us. And so, and last but not least, right? The next big leap in technology won't be a product. It will be a mindset. As I said, it will be a mindset. And it will come from people who build with empathy, who sees beyond the code, right? Because we are building with the empathy and like the feeling and connections and everything, right? And it's not, I mean, many of you used to ask me, what is the future? So I used to say, the future isn't artificial, but it's beautifully human, right? And as I said, let's build what matters at the end of the day, what can create impact, what can create revolutionary things or solutions in the market, right? And with that said, we are not losing control to AI, but we are learning to build with it, right? How many of you agree with it? Right? So the 24, it was like really a panic situation in the market that we were like thinking a lot that my job will be gone or what I'll be doing next, right? But if you see, we all have adopted the transition. We have started building. And earlier we used to build web and mobile apps. Now we are talking about AI/ML's solution and everything. So we are basically learning to build with AI. We are learning to think with AI. We are learning to solve our problems with AI. And that's where AI is taking the boring part of our daily routine. And again, trust me, we are and we will always be the intelligent builders and developers for the next season or next few years, right? With that said, let's make this DevFest amazing and the impactful together. How many of you agree with me that we are going to learn rock and roll in the Ahmedabad and then for the whole country, that we can build some solution together and build the huge impact out of this incredible community that we have built over the period of 13 years so far, because 2012 we started.